One of the hardest things as a small business owner, medium-sized business owner, large business owner is figuring out how to brand your business and brand it consistently. Today's episode, we're going to be talking with Bryce from Amped Up Graphics on how to take care of that.
Let's talk local, share the vibe. Every voice, every story helps us thrive. From the stage to the food truck, hear it right here at 2160. We bring the cheer. Listen global, feel the pride. Local passion that we won't hide. Every episode a brand new ride. Let's talk local, come be our guide. Hear the local business shining bright. Stories of struggle, stories of life.
Welcome in, everybody. It's your guy, Deke, for another exciting episode of Let's Talk Local. Stick around. If you own a small business, even if you don't own a small business, you just have something that you want to put a wrap on or brand, this is going to be the episode. Today, sitting here with Bryce Etten. How are you, brother?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, man. You look good. And he's with Amped Up Graphics. Tell us what Amped Up Graphics is.
Amped Up Graphics from the outside looks like your standard wrap shop, things that are going to help you with your branding and your signage and banners, but it's really, really more than that. It's what we like to be is more of a marketing company to help you grow. So what we do is it's not just about wrapping your vehicle or putting some lettering down the side. It's actually about you promoting yourself and making your money work for you while you're driving around.
I love it. And that's the show. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. So you've been in this space for a long time.
Yeah,
right?
I started back in this industry back in 2013. I got out of the Marines. Didn't really know what I wanted to do and had the opportunity to work for a local shop. Came in sweeping the floors and didn't really know what direction I wanted to go. I started going to college for fitness and I still love it, but I just didn't feel that, that pride and the passion. And the more and more I just worked with vinyl and the stickers and the branding, I fell in love with it. It was just something that I felt like I'm going to dedicate my life to this.
I do a lot of work in the fitness industry. I'm the before picture.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, it's great bookings. Great bookings for that.
They just superimpose somebody else's face on me. That's good. So in your time in this industry, why is branding so important? It's a hard thing for business owners to really wrap their head around. We know it's important,
yes,
right? But we don't know how important.
Right.
So walk us through that.
Okay. So realistically, when you start a business, when I've started one myself, I didn't have a big bank sitting there saying, hey, we'll give you $100,000 to get going. I had to start from the ground up. And there's a lot of other businesses that had to do the same thing. They don't have a bank to back them. They don't have, their parents with a bunch of money, but they want to work for themselves and provide a service. So the biggest thing, what people I think fail to realize, they focus on getting all their equipment first or getting like this big, large space or branding is your first step. I mean, that is the easiest way to get your name out there. You see your billboards when you're driving down the road, you can see some signs, you can see some banners, but realistically what you want to be memorable is, hey, I know who's pulling up to my job site. I know when I drive by and I see the green leaf, I know who's there. It gives yourself a sense of identity.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to be proud of that. So that's what we try to help you with is not only are people going to remember you, they're going to remember the look, they're going to remember who they chose. And that's what really, because sometimes even when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, I don't know who I called, but I remember it was a big blue truck with flames on it. And that's what it's all about, because now your branding is actually getting you work without you having to pay all the extra fees or the advertisings. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And because you guys are basically that end of somebody's business, you're able to help them with design. You've got a team for that, right? So,
yes.
So like if I'm coming to you and I don't have a logo or, I'm new in business, walk me through what the process would be from your team to me.
Yeah, so we do have a team, which currently right now we are always looking and hiring. So we do have an opening for another graphic designer if anyone's looking.
Awesome.
We'd love to hear from you. On top of that, so AI has become a big part of Not only my industry,
World.
just the world. But what people fail to realize is it's not quite there yet and perfected. It's a good tool.
Yep.
But the problem is when you get into large scale printing and you get into branding, you want it to be able to go across many platforms, not only just like for a door logo, your banner, your sign, when you go to get your t-shirts done, when you want to use it on your website, your social medias. AI is not there yet. So what our process is we like to dive deeper personally into every client that would come in. We ask about what you like to do. If you have a favorite color, what do you want people to see behind you?
Yeah.
You know, do you want people to see a bold, aesthetic like look, or do you want to be more subtle? Do you just like light colors? Do you like dark colors? So we ask a lot of questions to get started. And then we build the branding around you because that's what it's supposed to be around. It's not supposed to be around anything what somebody else is doing. It's supposed to be you because that's what people want to see.
That's interesting because a lot of us would think, no, this is what I want people to think my business is.
Right.
And you're saying, no, it's you.
Yeah.
You are your business, right?
Yeah. You don't, I mean, the biggest thing with Amped Up and what I wanted to change, there are a bunch of other shops in the industry.
Yeah, a ton.
This industry has been around for a long time, but the big thing we wanted to change was don't look like the guy next door. Don't, you want to stand out. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go super in depth with design or what you are screaming for people to look at. But what we want you to do is we want you to stand out and not look like every other one driving down the road or every other business, because it's you. There's a reason people want to go see you.
Yeah. There's, I can think of a company that starts at the beginning of the alphabet.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that truck, the green, the blue, you just like, oh, that's, that's a them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of that brand recognition, which also stands behind, your reputation, all that good stuff.
Exactly. And the biggest thing is you want your brand to speak for itself and back you as you back it, because it's a representation of yourself. And like I said, it doesn't have to be crazy or wild, but that branding is very important. As you grow, people will see it change or evolve. And that's a thing people want to support.
Yeah. And understand, and this is what I love about Amped Up Graphics is there are a ton. We've got friends here at the studio who do wraps, right? And they do a great job at that, right? But you guys take it a step further, right? So business branding, vehicle graphics and wraps, signs and banners, custom apparel, promotional products, logo and graphic design, marketing material. So it's not come in and slap a sticker on my car.
No, I mean, that's one aspect of what we do. I thought back to when I was just even applying for jobs or every place when it was, hey, we got our logo made here. We're getting our vehicle wrapped here. Our signs are getting made here. Our pamphlets got made here. Hey, go call this guy for your t-shirts. It gets confusing and you're having to track it down all. So what we really want to do is be there for businesses, especially startups.
Yeah.
And you can come to one place and get all your essentials done. And we actually have some bundles to offer to those new business owners to get their start, where we can offer a couple t-shirts, hats, get you started. And a couple of people have taken advantage of that, because I just look back to when I got my start. I had supporters. I'm not going to say I didn't have help,
right?
But it wasn't, like I said, I wasn't going to a bank getting $100,000. So I wanted to be there for these guys that go, hey, I think I can do it. We want to be there to help.
You want to be it. And if you take a look right over Bryce's head, there is the QR code. You click that, it'll take you right to his website, right? Which is awesome. And you can kind of see some of those bundles and things that they do. Also, if you check out the description below, the link is in the description below as well. And you can just click on that. It'll take you right there. You can start your conversation that way, which is awesome. So thanks for your service. You were in the Marines. Appreciate you for that. So tell us more about your background, a little bit about your background and how you kind of rolled up into this.
So it was just a shot in the dark. Like I said, I served in the Marines, got out in 2013, and I just fell into the industry. I was looking for a job. I had a friend of a friend who knew a shop looking for shop help. So I started sweeping floors. I mean, that's where I just was. And the more and more I watched, and this industry since then has evolved so much.
Oh yeah.
It's incredible how much it changes. So we try our best to keep up with that as well. But it was just, my background is I've always been good with my hands. I've had a lot of different jobs,
Yep.
through my years, whether it was I was working at Wendy's or making video games and construction. And I look back and go, it's not that I didn't know what I want, but I just didn't find what I needed.
Yeah.
And when I fell into this industry, it was a blessing in disguise, because I can't see myself doing something else. And I love to just tell people I play with stickers for a living. You know what I mean? I'm back in my childhood days, but it's just so much more than that. And I think people don't realize it. And that's what I try to get the word out about.
And his truck is wrapped incredible. It's scratch and sniff. So if you see it, go up and scratch it off. Just got a bunch of people at the parades.
Oh man, I would laugh.
And he will be in the parade. So check him out. He's everywhere. So where do you come up with amped up graphics? Where did that come from?
So what I want to do is I want to stand out. I didn't want to be your standard sign shop where it's like A to Z signs or something like that. Like I said, my branding persona is off of personality, and I've always, I have a rock background. I used to be in a rock band. So I just wanted to be something that really was in your face, to really be there. I've started my first company, the Graphics Garage, back in 2019.
The Graphics Garage,
and I ended up selling that one. So it gave me a chance to rebrand and kind of reignite really back to my roots. So the amped up was just, it just, to me, kind of personified that, and was just like, we're going to amp up your brand. We're going to amp up your style. We're going to amp up, it just went with everything of what we're all about. And it's because we want you to be bigger, better, bolder, and we want to be part of your growth as well.
Yeah. And that's kind of how you bring your clients and customers' vision to life, right?
Exactly.
Is you go, I like it. Let's level this baby up, amp it up a little
exactly.
bit.
And that's, we originally started with like turn up your style, because we get a concept, and then we'd say, hey, we really want to turn it up, or we think you just add this little niche, it'll make you pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
So now we recently just really wanted to be even louder than that. So now we're about loud wraps, clean brands, no limits, because we want to tell people the sky's the limit when they ask, well, what can you do? What can you wrap? I mean, we've wrapped dishwashers, countertops.
Really?
I wrapped the toilet gold. So there's a lot of things you can do with this, but what we really care about are those people that really want to make a name for themselves.
Hopefully there wasn't anybody on the toilet while you were
not during, maybe after.
Is that tarnishing? No, it's not. You're fine. You're fine. So now that you've been amped up's been around for how long? Then?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you're not a startup, or you've been in the industry a long time. Yep. The business is kind of a startup, and I want to make sure we understand that because some people hit the old Google bar and they'll go, oh, he's only been in business a year and a half. No, you've been in this industry
a very long time. Over 16 years, and then my team have a combined experience of years past that.
Yeah.
So it's not only do we work with consumers and everything like that, we still work with other shops too, because I'd rather have more friends than enemies. So it's like a nice little group we like to do. But yeah, I got way more experience in that. We're 3M certified, went to training to make sure we have that background as well. So people know when they're going somewhere, they're getting the best work they can. And
that's kind of the industry. If you're 3M certified, that's the cat's meow kind of, right?
A lot of certifications out there, but that's usually your main one, especially that just people know the name, they know the brand. It really gives you a good background.
So let's talk about materials, and I'm going to go on to the car wrap side right now.
Yeah.
So what separates you from others?
So the biggest thing I would say is, most wrap shops, everyone's got a printer, everyone's got material.
Yeah.
People know how to wrap. So what sets us aside? It's a great question. So not only does our design stand out a little bit more, the biggest thing we focused on is our communication and getting back to our customers and clients and working with them till the job's right and completed and done. But the biggest thing with what we do too is we do use premium vinyl. So we're not selling something, we warranty everything we do.
Wow.
We're selling something that's going to last. Now there's some materials out there. I'm not going to say they're bad, but their shelf life, they're not going to last as long. There's a lot of things I don't want to say you can get away with as far as like certain brands of vinyl or intermediate levels that people do put on their things because they do have a budget. We try not to offer that because we want it to last. We want to do something for you, and we don't want to see it until you get a new vehicle is the point. I don't want to redo what we already did. So we only offer premium vinyls. We offer things that are going to last above our warranty. And now they're even coming out with materials that have like a 10-year life as
Wow.
it's on your vehicle.
And there are some products out there that act like paint, right? So they'll
Yes.
fade, they'll wrinkle, or
Yeah. So vinyl is not an end all be all.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a big misconception comes from. The aspect of whether it's a color change or wrapping your van, it does have a life just like your paint. And just the same thing, you have to take care of it. You have to wash it. You have to clean it. You know, if you can store it inside or out of the beating sun every day. And that's why certain manufacturers, depending on where you live and what kind of environment goes through, they offer a different warranty on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the biggest option is it's something you can change. You don't have to do as much prep work if you're repainting it or doing something like that. And then especially if it comes to repairs, if you say you get a little fender bender, you scratch it. I don't have to redo your whole car. I can reprint something and evolve with your branding.
Yeah. What's the craziest or coolest thing that your shop did that when you were doing it, you're like, oh, I never thought we'd do this?
We've done a lot of wild things. I couldn't even name them. We've done dishwashers. Like I said, we've done a toilet. We've done some really crazy wild cars, trailers. We've done remote control airplanes.
Whoa.
I've done some helicopters, semi trucks. I mean, you kind of name it. We've been there and done it. We've done some real fun projects, even just in walls and surfaces and stuff like that. I couldn't just pick one that was my ultimate favorite. There's been so many. There really has.
That's helicopters are cool. What about boats? Can you put this stuff on?
Yes,
on
you
boats?
can. We've actually done a few boats in the past like 2-3 weeks. We usually recommend our certain ways of keeping it fresh, keeping it nice. You can do a full wrap on a boat. You can just do decals. There are some limitations to them. We actually just wrapped the tunes on a tri-tune because the guy didn't like having to buff it. So we made him black and now he looks different going on the water. But if you seal it right, you take care of it, it's totally plausible and you can do it.
That's cool. And that's just branding, right? So, I mean, every boat has a name. You might as well put the name of your business on it. Brand yourself while you're out there having fun. As long as you're not being an idiot, but that's it. What's been the most rewarding thing for Bryce about owning your own business? Because, when Cappuccino and I got into business, we had long hair, flowing, right? A Fabio type. And now, here we are after, several years of this. But no, what's been the most rewarding?
I would say the biggest rewarding part is being able to offer that hand of help and see somebody grow. Like I said, when I got my start, I didn't have much. Started from the ground up. I have a great team. I've had a lot of great supporters throughout all the years. But I think the biggest thing is when someone comes and picks up or just, even responds like, oh my God, that looks great. It's just, I get that satisfaction out of helping because that was one of the reasons I went and joined the military in the first place was to help. Even before that, I was a firefighter and paramedic. So I always had this niche of trying to help people. And this was my way now that I'm out. I have some injuries. I can still work. But this is my other way of like giving back and trying to help because, hey, I want to see somebody grow and I want to see all these businesses flourish and keep it the way it is. Yeah.
So that's an interesting point for me is that, you find a lot of creative people. You also find a lot of marketers out there who help brand. They'll put the name on the pencil or the coffee cup or whatever, and they don't really care. It's a transaction,
right?
You actually take pride in saying, man, we helped them get.
Yeah,
right?
well, and the biggest thing too is how we do that as well as we share it. And not only do we share it, we'll write about your business, share your business as well. If somebody ever calls and has a recommendation, of course, we're going to recommend you. We have a wall in our shop where we put everyone's business cards.
Awesome.
It's a big networking. It starts with a logo or it starts with a brand, but then we want to be part of the journey too.
Yeah.
So that's like, we want to see you evolve. We want to see you grow and we're excited about it.
See, that's amazing that you kind of built, your own ecosystem. And so when people come in and they have that preconceived notion of, oh, these guys are just going to slap the wrap and roll. They come in and go, wait, oh my God. And you're like, oh yeah, you need a boop and you need a boop. And I've got a guy and I got a lady. And
yeah, we want you to feel welcome. You're just not another transaction.
Yeah.
It's never been that way. It's, once you're with us, your family, we're going to help you out and guide you in every direction we can. When you call, we have a little bit of an automated system to get you the right person. but you're talking to us. You're not talking to
Yeah.
someone way far away. And then after we're done finishing the job for you, we always follow up. We say, hey, how's everything going? How's everything looking? Hey, are you getting some jobs out of it? Because we care. And that's the biggest difference. It's not just like you pay us and we leave and we finish a job. It's we want to keep seeing you grow.
You do magnets for the site?
Yes, we do. We
Oh,
do
you do?
magnets as well. Yeah. There's a lot that in our industry, when it comes to vehicles, boats, trailers, we do banners, signage. I mean, especially on our website and our Facebook, we list all these extra things that people don't really think about. We'll just do your standard stickers or labels.
Yeah.
So it just all depends, but there's always a niche to the capabilities of what things are. We like to stretch those.
Yeah.
And that's where the no limits came from, because even if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to figure out how, and we're going to figure out a way. And that's a big thing. I like to work with people when they go, I don't even know if this is possible. Well, the way you might, maybe that wasn't, but we'll figure out a way to make it work. And that's a big thing we like to work with everyone.
So as we were talking in the war room a little bit before this, we're finding more and more small businesses aren't doing a storefront, right? Everything is remote or hybrid or whatever. How do you work with people with branding and helping them understand that? Because I'm now working from my couch or my basement or whatever, or a shared space even.
Right. So not everyone's going to have a shop van or going to have a fleet of vehicles or a trailer, something big to really start driving around or to even get it out there. You brought up storefronts. Not everyone's going to have 10 windows. They might have one.
Right.
Branding starts from when you first start buying your domain on GoDaddy.com, and you're singing your
shout out. You can send the check to,
but the limitations there are endless too. If you're shipping and mailing stuff, we can make labels that have your thing on it. We can create, thank you cards that you personally sign and get those out to you. So branding starts from day one. And it can start little. It doesn't have to be big and bold and like this huge thing you're driving down the road. It can start as thank you cards, stickers and labels, custom receipts and stamps. That logo, that brand, that's you. That's instead of having to, that's your identity now.
Yeah. So wherever you go, you're going to the grocery store, church, whatever, you should be branding yourself.
You should.
And
I couldn't tell you how many times I get stopped more going through shopping for groceries than I do if I were to just go door to door.
Right.
And that becomes more personal to me too, because people just want to talk, and I'll talk to you in a Jewel parking lot. I don't mind at all, but it's just, that's where I feel a lot of people lack that. And where we come in is we're personable. We want to learn more about you. Oh, you have a boat? Well, where do you take it? I'll start a conversation like that versus, it'll be this much money, and then walk away. Right. I want to know more about you.
Yeah. And I think that's brilliant, because a lot of times business owners are so focused on the bottom line that they forget that you're working all the time.
Yes.
Right. I mean, Cappuccino can chime in on this a little bit. He's behind the producer booth, but I mean, as a business consultant, people don't really think that they're working all the time when they own a business, right?
Yeah. You're working 24/7. If you're not thinking about work, you're doing work, and you're checking your emails off your phone. It just kind of goes back to your work ethic. And as a business owner, that you're pushing 24/7. Because, a lot of people say, don't take, it's just business. It's not personal. Well, real business people take business personally because it's part of their life.
Right.
Especially if it's your business. So you are pushing 24/7. And listen, the marketing side and Bryce, I'm looking at your website right now and I see this boat. Number one, what a cool wrap on the boat. I don't know if we can get that on screen or not, Nico, but just the work that you do is so, there's no word for it. It's just so, I want to say obnoxious because you can take anything anybody wants to do and make it from brain to reality. And, that look alone, that flat with that orange mixed in, just hot, man. I mean, I kind of want the boat at the same time. Ain't gonna lie. We're probably gonna have Bryce do our Jeep just because. Well, number one, it's Bryce, and I want the best of the best.
Yeah, and he's working. Our entryway. You're working on throwing our logo on that, all that good stuff. And these are things that we always think about, but we're always like, I and you're like, no, it's about, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, there we go.
It's something for me that's kind of a second nature. And we also like to take the stress off of it too. That is a big part of it. A lot of people are stressed like, I want to look like this, but I don't know how I want to look. Let us take that.
Yeah.
On. We're going to point you in the right direction. We're not going to steer you wrong. We're going to say, hey, this is what works, or this doesn't work, or hey, this is going to really make you stand out upon your competition, or whether it may be that way. There's a lot of stress that I still stress about it.
Right.
But it's one of those things we want to be there to help you and take that load off your shoulders, especially being a business owner, working 24/7, the stress. If there's something we can alleviate from that, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So true story. We were out in the parking lot, and someone was asking you about a wrap, and you're like, oh, here. He goes to his truck. Honest to God, true story. Goes to his truck and pulls out paint wrap vinyl samples. Not just one. He's like, I heard it. So when we
watch,
when he says he's ready to help people all the time, right?
Yeah.
He's now
My back seat, I got a kid, I got a son, and I have a car seat in the back, and then a whole portfolio of. I know I'm going to get stopped anywhere, so I just want to be ready.
Yeah, it was amazing. And he's like, here, this isn't really good, but you might like this. And I was just sitting there like, dang, this guy, he's got it down. It's amazing. So when you're working with somebody, has anybody yep, I sign off. If it's good, I sign off on it. You do the work. I show up and my vehicle, I go, I don't like it. Then what?
We start over.
Really?
It's a frustrating thing. It does happen. Usually what we find out is, they put a little bit too many hands in the cookie jar and worry about what other people think.
Yeah.
And that's totally understandable. We get it. It does set us back a little bit, but we're still going to work with you. We're not going to push you back out the door. We're going to, all right, what do we need to change? What do we need to do to make this right? But that's a big part of it is it's the questioning when that's what we try to take that stress off you going, we know this works. We know it's going to make you look good. Let's give it out there.
Yeah. And how many times do you and your team go, oof, that's not a good idea, but we're going to go with it because you really want it?
I would say not too much.
Yeah.
But it is part of the job.
Yeah.
It's, you can lead them to water, but they don't have to drink it. They might want to go downstream a little bit. We're still going to support you. We're still going to take care of you. But our due diligence is to give you that information and that advice going, hey, this might look a little better. This is going to look a little cleaner. But we would never turn away from somebody from their idea and their dream. We still want to be there and support.
Yeah.
Well, what I love about that is first of all, taking the pain points away from somebody. We'll just start with a bootstrap company, a startup company. Their mission critical process isn't design, or it might be their storefront. It might be something else where you're taking that on as a secondary role in your business as an extension for their company to do so. Right. And then that way their marketing and everything else, they don't have to worry about. They can focus on their mission critical process.
Exactly.
And on top of that, real important is because it's not their mission critical process, they might be unaware. And being unaware, what I love about you guys is you're very transparent and truthful. You're like, here's my recommendation. I see what you want to do, but here's my recommendation. Probably not a great idea to put the middle finger on your car. Right. If you want this. Right. Something in that fashion, but you will always give your recommendation. At the end of the day, they're going to pay you to do something, but know this is what you want us to do. You're signing off on it.
Correct.
And as the extension of your company, we just want you to win. So we're going to give you our recommendations.
Yeah.
That's what I love about you guys. You're not just transactional. You want to be longevity. You're in it for the long haul. And because as they grow and building those relationships, you're going to grow with them. They're always going to talk about you. I know we're impressed when you pulled up in that truck today. That looks like a graffitied wall with such little minute details that are in there. It just shows the level of creativity that you guys are pushing. Yeah. And I love the fact that you're loud.
Yeah.
Being loud is important in business because you're not blending in with the crowd. You want to not swim in the same pool with everybody else if you want to gain business.
Right.
And or if you're swimming in the same pool, start creating partnerships with your competition in order to grow.
Right. I mean, the biggest thing is, everything you do, whether it's in business or personal, once you make an investment,
100%.
You want to see a return on it. And the biggest thing with what we do is, instead of going to get a billboard and you got a monthly fee and hopefully
Already
You got
track it,
basically a
yeah.
one-time fee with us to wrap that truck,
Yeah.
and you are going to get as many impressions as you have, as much as you're driving it.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is, even parked in your driveway at night, people are still going to see it. It never goes away. So I really like to, show people like that. That should be your first step, because everywhere you go, it goes with you instead of it being in a static one-stop.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, and I know Deke, you could throw in on this because we have our own form of what ROI stands for. But in your industry, people are like, well, I want to wrap this, but I need to know the ROI. How do you dictate 10 years from now what that ROI is going to look like? You really can't. Our definition of ROI is
Ripples on impact.
right. What does that mean, Deke?
So you're going to drop that stone into the pond, and the ripple, how far do the ripples go? But then how big is the wave coming back?
Right.
Right. And we love to just drop pebbles and stones all over the place just to see what that impact is.
Right.
Right.
And that's what Amped Up does.
Yeah.
right?
And,
Yep.
that's what we try to do, because, just like you're saying with the ripples and the waves,
Yeah.
there's a lot of avenues to go out and advertise and kind of get your name out there. But if you just start putting like little niches on all of them, when you put in
Yeah.
pebbles, you're going to get a couple waves that go out there. But the waves, we want to be the boulder. We want to be the slam dunk that when you drive, when you leave our shop, you're already getting necks broken,
Right. Yeah.
looking at you and seeing who was that.
Rubberneck.
That's what we want.
So let's talk about that, because I start a business and I choose green and blue as my business color,
Mhm.
but my vehicle is maroon,
Yes.
right? I would love to wrap, but it doesn't. Green and blue is not going to look good on this red truck, right? Walk me through that, because I think that's where a lot of people get hung up, is like, well, I've got this vehicle, I'm paying on it, I would love to wrap it, but it has nothing to do with the colors of my
and
business.
so there's a couple different ways we wrap
Yeah.
stuff, especially if you just want to do a single color, if you want to do a design and printed wrap. The biggest thing is, it doesn't really matter what color you're driving around in or what color it is, because we're going to cover all that up. Now, granted, there's your standard like commercial grade wrap that, as long as the doors are shut, you're not going to see what color the vehicle was anyway.
Right.
We do go more in depth. We will take doors off. We'll do your inlay. You
Really?
would never know what color it was, even if you do open the doors. Now,
Wow.
that's more time extensive,
Sure.
labor extensive, but it's completely an option. But the biggest thing is, I think people will dive in too much on those minute details.
Okay.
Because when I drive down the road, if I see a cool logo or if I see a nice wrap, I never went, oh, is that truck blue before? You know what I mean? What I do,
So true.
the
That's
impression
true.
I'm actually getting is,
Like, whoa,
wow, he
that's
spent
awesome.
some time in himself,
Yep.
invested some time in himself. That guy cares about not only himself, his company, his branding, and his reputation. That's who I'm hiring.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Mhm.
because I think that's that's where I would get hung up, is going, oh, well, I own my truck. I don't need to get rid of it. It seems to work good for me.
Right.
It's older, but it's not a rusty bucket or whatever. And then I'm like, oh boy, wrapping an SUV, just out of curiosity. And we're not holding them to it. You don't have to, right? But a single color wrap with like a logo on it for a standard SUV, like an Equinox or something.
Like an Equinox, something like that, you'd probably be somewhere in the $3,000 to $4,000 range.
Yeah, so not bad.
No.
And that's
a one-time transaction.
That's a
not
one-time-
monthly
right.
fee. That's not a,
right. And then you'll talk with your accountant and your CPA, all that good stuff, to see how you can write all that off as business.
yeah, and it's all written off.
Yeah.
And most insurances will cover it as well.
Well, nice. The wrap, they'll cover the
Yeah,
wrap.
exactly. Obviously you got to tell them,
Sure.
but that it's another way you just protected another investment.
Right.
And that's what's great about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. What's next? What's next for Amped Up? Where do you see it going?
What's next for us is to keep doing what we're doing. We just want to keep growing and getting our name out there. The biggest thing what we'd like to do is just grow our team.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I'd like to do, is grow our team so we can get to more people and help them at a faster rate. But yeah, right now, like I said, we're looking for a graphic designer. We're always looking for people who want to learn how to install. But we want to keep not only moving with the industry, but helping change it and make waves with it.
Yeah. I draw conclusions. That's I'm I'm not creative at all. That is awesome. And I like that. And outside of the QR code right above your head and the link in the description, how can people get in touch with you?
We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of them. Obviously ampedupgraphics.com. Our number, emails are all out there. Gabby does a great job.
Yeah, she does a fantastic job.
Website on there. We even have a blog where we talk individually about each job and what it entails.
Now
and who we worked with.
Now you'll have a podcast you can put
So
on
yeah, no, have this. So, but it's we just, like I said, we try to share as much information as we can, but we're very accessible.
Yeah, I love it. And any last thing that I didn't cover that you want to make sure that everybody knows about?
No, we covered a lot. I really appreciate the opportunity to come on here and talk, and really, we are new to the Crystal Lake area. So that would be a big thing that we're just trying to move and grow as we do that. And I just, even if you have questions, you're like, oh, that's not possible. Or, oh, I wonder if they could do that. Call us. Yeah. We love the conversation. We love to push our limits.
Also, you guys like doing fleet work.
Yes, we do.
Right. So, I mean, if you've been in business a long time, you've got a series of vehicles for your business. You guys take care of all that.
We take care of all that. Tow companies, whether heating, air, electric. Yep. And the biggest thing is always ask us about our discounts. We offer a lot of them. If you got fleet work, multi-vehicle, new business owner, repeat loyal customer, military, police, anything, we offer a lot of discounts.
I love it.
A lot of our work.
I love it. Hey, listen, we're wrapping it up right here. This has been just an incredible time with Bryce over at Amped Up Graphics. Check them out, because if you want to be branded, I'd go with these guys.
I really appreciate it.
Every story's worth a little bliss. From the heart of the town to the open air, let's talk local, we're taking you there. 216 Creative Studios, where the magic starts. Local businesses, their real work of art. From the cafes to the shops on the